Welcome to the third and final lessons on modality. And to remind you, when we're talking about modality, we're talking about the degree of certainty or obligation in what we're writing. And we create high modality by using modal verbs such as must or should. Whereas if we want to show that the modality is lower, that there's less certainty, we use modal verbs like might or could, for example. I wanted to take you through a few more examples to show you how this works in practice. So modal verbs can be used to show many things. They can be used to show the degree of ability. For example, he can ride a bike. Can is our modal verb in this case. He can ride a bike. It can be used to show the degree of possibility. He might be able to ride a bike. Etc. Might is our modal verb here, and it's saying, well, we don't know. There's a possibility that he is able to ride a bike, but we just don't know. It can be used to show request. For example, can I ride my bike to school? I'll just do some ellipses to show the rest of the sentence. Can I ride my bike? So it's in the form of a request. It would have a question mark at the end. And can, again, is the modal verb here. It can be used to make a suggestion. You could ride your bike. So how am I going to get there? Well, you could ride your bike. Okay, it can be used to show an obligation, as in you have to ride your bike. You are obliged to. You have to. Let's just do little marks to show the rest of the sentence is the same. And have to is acting as the modal verb there. You can see all these different degrees of modality that we're creating using our modal verbs. It can be used also to show a prohibition, which is where something is prohibited, it's not allowed, and so you might have something like, you must not ride your bike. Ride your bike. So it's being used there to show that you're not allowed to. It can be also used to give an opinion or give advice. For example, I think that you should ride your bike. So should. Ride your bike. That just. So here, this is our modal verb, and here must not is our modal verb in the negative. Okay, it can also be used to show the certainty that something is true. An example of that is he's got his helmet in class. He must have ridden his bike. So here, must is our modal verb, and it's showing the certainty that this is true. Well, he's got his helmet in class. He must have ridden his bike. That's we're fairly certain, and so we're showing that by using a high modality verb here. It can also be used in the opposite way to show the certainty that something is impossible. He's got 2 broken legs. He can't have ridden his bike. Okay, so because we know that he's got 2 broken legs, then we are certain that it's impossible that he rode his bike. So he cannot have ridden his bike, showing the degree of modality.